Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lancer at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your GM for tonight, as we join Rodrigo, Ed, Vic, and Sean with their adventures in Lancer space. Don't forget that you, the viewers, also play too, as part of the Archangel Air Support Squadron, or Angels for short. If you don't know what I'm talking about, speak to our Chaotix in chat, who will very happily indoctrinate you. We are now... Let me get this right. We are now on episode 10. I said it was episode 10
Correct.
before. It was episode 9 before, but I said 10. Thankfully, I have a good producer who turned around and went, "You get it wrong, dude."
It took me like 2 or 3 weeks, though.
I thought this was the penultimate one. I was
No, this
freaking
is
out.
10.
So was I, because I was like, "Damn, I haven't run a map. What's going on?" Because it's all pre-arranged. So it's just like, have I skipped one? Oh no. Anyway, a planet-wide cataclysmic event has been averted, but in doing so, you have managed to get the ire and the attention of the Crucible. So let's get started as we join Kadabos Vanguard with episode 10 of the Iron Wall Adventures, A Fast Farewell. And welcome back to our players. I just realized I can't actually see the chat. Let's have a look. Hello to Scornfuse, Humit.
Hey guys.
Humit.
I've got Swedish. Scornfuse, Hermit, Kev.
I've been spending too much
I'm
time
told
on
off in a minute.
Swedes.
Yeah. And to Helen. So we've got a good selection of angels in the chat. And let's get straight into it because we're starting a little late.
Sorry about that.
All good.
And it was
cool.
as much.
Hey,
if
the barbecue was as good as I think it was, I completely understand.
I've been
It
smelling a
was
lot
lovely.
of barbecue, man. I'm just like, I got to get a barbecue going because, man.
Okay,
So-
I love
Talking on the barbie.
you dearly, very much as my friends.
Mhm.
I would bury a Bowie knife in your backs if that means I could get some barbecue right now.
No, that's reasonable. I expect.
No, I was about to
understand,
say,
yeah, yeah.
especially if you can get like a good kind of barbecue pitmaster kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, you guys, when we left you off, were in a fantastic position in that you were surrounded by lava and yet you had won. Despite,
I was the only one who voluntarily.
I was
threw
trying to push
themselves
you guys
into-
into the lava. I made a concerted effort, but between
Mhm.
the shenanigans of the angels clogging things up and doing all the rest of it, you guys really kind of plowed in on that. I was really pleased with how well it worked, and yet there was an element of danger. How much danger? We only found out when Rodrigo decided to go for a wade in the stuff.
Oh,
It cost me a structure, but I think it was well worth it.
Yeah, and Scorn decided to go on foot to disengage the reactor that was
fucking
being
bomb.
retrofitted as a bomb. That was retrofitted as a bomb, sorry. Which you now have. The angels have lifted off out of the crater. with this bomb and are taking it up to orbit, which is a nice, safe place to have it.
Yeah.
And in doing so, they've also taken several cargo units of this isotopic salts, which basically would have poisoned the atmosphere if they had been exploded and put into the lava. I'm going to say that more angels, because we only have the named angels in chat, obviously. There are others. Spend the next probably half an hour jetting down and lifting these cargo units one at a time up and out of the crater. The familiar and now increasingly welcome thrumming of the grav engines of the Wasp. One of my, it just came to me in a dream one day, and I was just like, "That is that's canon." Yeah, this large Chinook type rig that attaches to your mechs and can land with the tail curling up, turning into a kind of a mobile repair bay. Thrums into the crater as well. And rather than turning into the repair bay, the pilot over the comms just says, "Pilots attached, we're going straight away. We're going to be rendezvousing with the dropship. You guys are going back to the nest." And it lines itself up.
News, I presume?
It's news, put it that way. Probably good for you. You attach yourself to the Wasp and you start going up to a plateau that's probably no more than like 5 minutes flight away. The Wasp, once it gets going, is pretty fast. And you land on this plateau. You can still see the volcano from here. And as you're walking into the dropship, big old bugger. It has to be to be able to get Enkidu inside. It's a
big
land to orbit vessel that is made to take, huge amounts of cargo units. And you step in there, and just as you're about to take off, you can see that the angels in formation, each of them armed with one of Douglas's bunker busters, flies up to this volcano and basically beats the shit out of the northern side of the mountain, collapsing it inward.
You, nature.
As someone who lives surrounded by volcanoes, I don't know how I feel about that.
They've basically made it so that the kind of settled, still there's lava there, but mostly settled area of the volcano where they could try and do this again is now rocky, scree sloped, and just treacherous for anybody to try and go in and repeat this. And they've basically sculpted the volcano into just a thing way too hazardous for any mech to get into. The dropship suddenly, with a roar of its engines, the Wasp landing on top of the dropship and folding its wings in on itself, turning effectively into a module, launches, and with a deafening roar to anyone on the outside, you've been around these things, it goes into a free launch up to space. Bear in mind the weight that's inside this. The angels can get up there pretty easy because they're quite light. Yeah, they're designed to push their own weight even right up through the atmosphere. This is huge, this ship. It's, as I say, a way of getting cargo to come down and go back up again. And it's a rough ride. You guys are shaking the entire ride. And I would have said that you probably would have got out of your mechs and you're in the kind of passenger lobby that's above the cargo bay. It's a big ship, which is why you had to get flown to an area where this thing can land.
I will say
Suddenly,
Oh.
Go on.
No, I was going to make a dumb joke.
But then you must do the dumb joke. You don't realize that it is a rule.
Do it.
Yeah, there
I
are
will
rules here.
say,
I've got the book
in
somewhere.
this moment, I am glad I do not have a digestive system anymore.
Reasonable.
That's a well-timed joke for the line I was going to say, because before you know it, gravity disappears,
Oh fuck.
and
Oh,
you
fun.
find yourself tightening the straps on your seats, knowing that your mechs in the cargo bay below have been maglocked to the floor, and a very familiar and what's the word? Relieving sight appears. It's a ship that can basically unfold itself into kind of a rotational symmetry. And you know that this is where the Angels call home, and occasionally you guys call home as well. And the dropship goes in, docks. This is a small space station by space station standards. Most of it is almost like a missile rack, I guess you'd call it. But instead of missiles, it's the Angels' craft. So when the Angels go in and they end up attaching to a grid, they get pulled kind of arse backwards into the rack at the bottom of the nest. And the pilots have to get out into a tube and climb through the tube into the space station proper. Saying that, it's got, kind of like a bunkhouse feel to it. There's creature comforts there. They've got like a bar and a canteen, not huge, but it's home. And yeah, it's, put it this way, every now and again it needs to be deodorized quite heavily after long deployments. And you attach to the side, and sure enough, you go through, and your mechs themselves get unloaded into the space station, because there are drop rigs on this on the nest, so that you can literally just be dropped through the atmosphere to where you need to be deployed.
Never thought I'll find the emptiness and bleakness of space comforting.
It is sort of like a blanket, isn't it?
I mean, after what we've been going through the last few, it's been months, right? Yeah. After what we've been through the last few months, sure, it sure is.
One of the doors opens, and stood in front of you is I don't want to use the word stern-faced, but certainly a focused look.
Stoic?
Stoic would probably be better, actually. Latina, commanding presence of Dizzy. She goes up, and she's not really a hugger, but she does go up to the first one of you, whoever would be the first through the door, and kind of gives you like a slap on the shoulder, and says, "Welcome back. Come. I'm afraid your stay is not going to be very long."
Nod, and I get up and I follow her.
Sure. You get taken through into a place where you get to very quickly eat and shower. You are up in space at the moment where, to your knowledge, the Crucible don't have a huge technology base for leaving here. They do have craft that go up into space, but nothing that would be able to rival 30 or so.
No blink drives.
Well, certainly no blink drives. In fact, there's only a handful of ship types that can blink without a gate, to your knowledge. Largely because they are so large and so expensive that only the best of the best have them. You do know of one major ship, which is the Vengeful, and the Vengeful is one of the Iron Wall ships. It's kind of the got you last ship, and that is that if the odds are overwhelming and the Iron Wall gets taken out, and as long as there's no innocence, the way the Vengeful turns up and basically glasses the area. It's a way of saying that it doesn't matter what you do, we will win. It's been an enforcer of the reputation.
It's
of
that
the
you
Iron Wall.
Didn't win, ship. It's that you didn't win.
Yeah. It's that you
The
thought you
last
won,
one.
you didn't win. Yeah. And the Vengeful is largely because most of what you guys do is protect the innocent. It's deployed when all the innocents get killed. So if you fail
Right.
and all the innocents get killed, and there's no one left to save, the Vengeful turns up and gets rid of those who killed the innocents, so they don't go somewhere else. and do it. And it's probably the most aggressive ship that the Wall has. And it's only been deployed in the last 5 years, like 3 times. But literally, it glasses a continent. So, yeah, they certainly don't have blink drives. Hell, the ship that brought you here, ended up having to use a kind of a lower version of a blink drive to get from the gate to here. So, yeah, there's not many that can do that. There are ships, however, that are so big and so awesome, they could probably go blinking from cradle to here in a few weeks.
Oof.
Yeah. And you guys know how far out you are with being on the Andalusia line. So, yeah. They do exist. They are super rare. Okay. So, you guys get to shower, eat, do whatever it is you're going to need to do. So my first question is, what is it that you do?
Ooh.
Bear in mind, all the angels are here as well. So anything you can technically chat to them in chat and all the rest of it.
So, does this ship have a lab?
Yes, it
Space
does.
station, so I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the biggest and best lab. It's got like a kind of all-purpose lab stroke medibay thing.
Yeah.
Standard deployment for things like if you go to a new planet and you pick up some sort of exotic disease, it can sort that shit out. And Hermit has kept it well stocked. Yeah. This is actually Hermit's stomping ground.
Yeah, I want to go grab him.
Yeah.
And basically go like, hey, Master Hermit, I believe that the equipment in this lab may be helpful to our endeavors in crafting an antidote. What do you think?
I'm sure that Hermits will answer, but you do see that some of the angels are already coming up to help. They're kind of all-purpose guys, and so yeah, there's a few of them who are kind of setting up bits and pieces already for you.
Lovely.
Okay.
So Hermit is there with you. What is it? What is the question you want to answer? Rather than going through laborious, what is the crux of what you want to find out, Vic?
I want to find out, essentially, I want something that may counteract the effect of the quote-unquote energy drinks.
Okay.
Literal monster energy.
Okay, can I have? And if that fails, I think it would be good to have some like a skeleton key, but for the soldiers' helmets.
Right. You would have picked up pieces of the soldiers' helmets.
Oh,
certainly.
yeah,
Yeah. Trying to piece them together will be a bit interesting, but you have got other specialists here because the first one is definitely Hermit's lab. The second one, dare I say, is probably Scorm/Ed. Because it's hack fix. Yeah.
Hey.
Ever since they put hack and fix together, if you're good at one, you're good at the other. So, sure.
Though do be careful. Like, bear in mind that if you enter Scorn Fuse's workshop, that's on you. Like whatever happens in there, it's your fault.
Yeah, liability clause.
You have to sign a paper before you go in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you release it, that's confused. So yeah, let's go with the first one. So you want to see if you can counteract this. Effectively, it's like an activated carbon Yeah, I guess that's what it would be, wouldn't it? It'd be like an activated carbon smoothie that you would need to use for
Yeah.
people.
Good for stomach upsets and weird, crazy space drugs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good for that. I'm good for that. Let's see. I will take 2 rolls. I will take a I'll take an angel trigger, and I will add this d6. That is going to be for Hermit. So you get whatever you get, Hermit is going to be +2, and that's because you've got a little bit of time and your lab. And what do you think you could contribute with, Vic?
I do have stay cool.
Okay, I'll allow that as a kind of a leadership role. So
Okay.
you know, as they're bashing their head against the brick wall for this particular puzzle, you're just getting everybody to focus and stay focused. It's going to be reduced effect, but to use the term from Blades, but give me a roll.
All right. What reduced effect, which is
Reduced effect just means that it's not on the nose. It's not like a medical roll.
okay.
But it's but it can contribute because you're telling people focus,
All right,
stay calm,
right.
focus.
Okay. Okay.
And so you're
Remember your
basically
grid.
being a leader.
Remember your grit. Remember your
Oh,
grit.
yeah.
So it's
Yep.
your stay cool plus your grit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that's a 21.
21.
Yeah.
So you're just pacing them, making sure they don't fly off in wild directions. I've seen this in labs over the years that I've been running labs, that suddenly they'll hang on to one theory and they'll grind on that theory, and you're like, whoa, we haven't considered everything yet, and you're just bringing them back and bringing them back and bringing them back. So okay, no, that's good. So that in total is enough successes that you have got a treatment. It's not the best treatment. It's not like you can have it in a grenade or something and a gas just suddenly makes people feel better. It is a treatment. It makes people, I'm inspired by the vaccine here. It makes you a little bit sick. You get a hell of a hangover. And basically it's like trying to stop something that's going very, very fast. And stopping them very, very sudden. So once applied, this, let's call it an injection. This injection makes them feel like shit. They go from so hyped and focused with this chemical, which is what it does because it's trying to build the perfect soldier, and suddenly makes them sluggish, lethargic, nauseous, dehydrated, and it's a heavy diuretic as well. It's I'm just thinking of the things that normally, if you're getting rid of toxins, normally the thing will be a diuretic because it'll make your body flush.
Yeah.
That's it. And total recovery time is around about 19 hours.
Holy shit. We got it.
Yeah,
We got the thing.
And because chemicals are synthesized in the same way that things are printed these days, you can just send the synthesis, the synthetic pathway to Mosshaven, and she can just start churning the stuff out.
Fucking 3D print vaccines.
Yeah.
Oh my
pretty
god.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Iona's out of practice, right? They haven't done this in a while. They're gonna very carefully, because they're aware of their size, but they're gonna come up to Hermit and hug him.
How much damage do you do?
Engage hugging servos up to 11.
1d3,
no.
1d3 plus 1? Okay.
You're gonna need another hermit.
Does plot armor work on hugs?
Good question.
Thankfully, yes. We don't end up with a squished hermit. 2d6 emotional damage. I just read that too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold up.
Yes, Hermit lose 2 points of masculinity, and yeah.
Hey.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, hey, we can joke about toxic masculinity here because I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we could.
So yeah, yeah, we're a hugging lot here. We are a hugging community. Just not during COVID. Anyway,
Good and safe to do so.
when it is safe and risk assessed, yes. So, I want to see a hug risk
form.
assessment now.
Oh my god.
I got to do that in work. So, yeah, you start churning this out. You can hear that on the comms as you're passing that Dizzy and Lucinda Moss, both at the same time, are trying to convince multiple town leaders who are very close to taking this vaccine that that the Crucible are offering, asking them, look, if shit goes south, have this stuff available, have this stuff ready. You know, if you want to test their vaccine, sure, but just have ours on, you know, on standby, because believe me, you're going to need it. You can see that Dizzy's getting really pissed that people just aren't listening enough. Would any of you like to try and maybe give a boost to telling people
I would like to, but however, I just need to ask: would this take the quote-unquote like action that we have here, or would
No,
I
this
be
is
able
just
to-
open RP. That's fine.
Okay, yeah. Then Red is going to try,
Oh my
which
god.
can be good because she has charm, or it could be bad because she has threaten.
Oh my god.
Whichever one you want to use. So yeah, you can either, you know, make amends. Not that you should ever have had to have made amends, but kind of, you know, show why it is that Lucinda, you know, renownedly a person who was as xenophobic as the others, is on your side now. Or you can basically just put the fear of, well, not God, put the fear of what will actually happen to them, and push it forward with fear.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Either works.
I know I don't want to be that guy who rolls twice for the same thing, but RP wise, what Red is going to do is she is going to try to be nice and negotiate.
Oh fuck.
If they still push back, that's when she's gonna have to go, okay, listen, fuckers.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
you're going to be
but
changing gears, what I'll say is you can roll twice, but the on the first one you just have to get a 10. On the second one, the Hail Mary, it'll have to be a 20. Yeah?
Okay, so the first one I'm gonna be using is charm then.
Okay. So yeah, so this is just you reasoning and showing that, you know, you can trust us with the good guys.
Yeah. Aside of Red, you really haven't seen often. You wouldn't think that diplomacy is kind of her thing.
Mhm.
But yeah. Let me see.
You're showing
That's
some
gonna
of
be
your
2.
history here. Yeah, your backstory.
Yeah. So, what was our grade again? It's 2, right?
It's
Plus
yep.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's +4 technically then. Okay, that's going to be 12.
12, sure. All it took was that extra straw to break that camel's back. 10 was all you needed. They were already compelling. But when somebody comes in from the field, yeah, and is able to explain, you know, and as I say, you're being charming about it. You're there saying, guys, you know, you don't realize what we've seen. You're showing them pictures. You're explaining all. You're being very professional. Charm takes a number of different forms. And sometimes just being someone who's confident and capable is enough to make people believe in you. At which point, a lot of them either say that they're going to refuse the Crucible's offer, or they're going to follow the advice that Dizzy's giving and making sure they've got plenty of this other stuff on hand.
That's
yeah.
good by me.
Okay, question.
Mhm.
Would Iona be able to see this?
I would say yes, unless Red would specifically not want someone to see
I
and
mean,
shut the door.
I was I mean, she doesn't do that, but like I was, the way I was imagining it, it was like probably like a thing only the commanders like were doing, and it's something.
It was
Red-
kind of in the war room, and
Yeah.
you've all got access to that because you're
Yeah.
full-blown Iron War pilots, so it would be possible.
Are we still getting called clay, by the way.
Yep.
You are still technically clay. Yeah.
Fuck off.
But yeah, you're still technically clay because nobody knows other than Dizzy. Dizzy's given you this respect for a long time, but in order for you to get the validation and become, no longer be considered clay and bricks in the wall, you need other seasoned pilots to validate.
Fair enough.
And Dizzy's
fair
not
enough.
one of them. She's part of the authority, and the authority can't do that. It's part.
No, that's
it's always
fair.
been part of the order. Yeah.
No, that's fair. But
Okay.
yeah.
Then we go to Scornfuse, and presumably, unless Goggles is doing something else, Gladys, where you've been given exploded parts of helmet to piece back together and figure out how the fucking thing works. And what Iona has asked for is a skeleton key to open up the helmet. You can see that there is very deliberately no form of key on the outside or ratchet or whatever to take these things off, which suggests that there's some sort of software solution instead, that once this thing clamps on, maybe it's self-clamping, you have to give a certain code to get the helmet back off again. You can see there's some kind of charging and contact ports and things like that on there. And piecing it together, you're going to see if you can find a way of opening this thing, whether it's low-jacking by shorting a particular circuit, or a way of hacking it. So, Scornfuse, can I have a Angel Trigger from you and add a 4?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Interessant.
Okay, with a 9, thankfully the 4 takes you over the 10. So you do get some effect. Hermit's got the locking mechanism, at least, and is showing the locking mechanism opening and closing. It's not a maglock. It binds in a couple of different places, almost like a vault door, but tiny pins instead. And you can see that there are sensitive bits of equipment there, including micro explosives, because you can see where this thing detonated. But if you were to try to manually remove all of the pins, it would almost be like surgery, in that if you nick the wrong thing, that's it, game over. There's circuit boards, however, that you can see. Most of them are burnt out. They're put next to the micro explosives, Ed. But you are finding enough pieces of them to kind of go, okay, I need to make a mockery of this. You haven't mock-up of this. You haven't got a board itself, but using the kind of circuitry diagram, you can make a virtual board. Yeah. And so going up to, bear in mind, this is the tech bay. It's far bigger than the lab because the tech bay is where you repair your mechs and reprint your mechs and all the rest of it. It's big. It's a huge hangar. This corner seems to have been commandeered by Scorn, and starts to build a sonic screwdriver. That's kind of cool. So yeah, Goggles, you get a virtual image of the circuit board, and as much as you can, you scan bits of chips to see what they excuse me may have in them. I would like you to do me a hack fix, please, and see if you can build on Scornfuse's successes.
18.
18.
Ooh.
Very nice. So, between the two of you, you believe that you might be able to undo a helmet as a tech action.
Oh my god.
This gets loaded because it's just a program. You can copy and paste it. It gets loaded into each of your mechs. It does require you to do an E attack, of course. Yeah, tech attack. And this is a rolled tech attack. So obviously, Goggles is going to be far better at doing it than other people.
Full tech
Yeah.
or quick tech?
It would be a quick tech. However, chronic failure on this roll means bad things happen.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
As usual.
Hello, consequences.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
spicy. Doritos.
What are
Um,
those?
And Scumfuse, I'm gonna say Scumfuse that you can print off basically a Raspberry Pi handheld Raspberry Pi version of this.
Ooh.
And yeah, if you can go up to an infantryman with it, I will allow that you basically just hold it to the helmet so that you can get like a hot connection. Press it, and yeah, I'll allow a quick attack from that. So Hermit, you've got
Oh my God.
you've got your sonic screwdriver.
Oh my god! I'm so happy, right? Like,
Just don't roll under a 10. Or
okay.
if you do, make sure if you roll under a 10, make sure you're wearing a helmet. So
Oh
yeah,
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you are pretty sure.
and a visor,
that under the
definitely a
helmet,
visor.
You are pretty sure for a split second you can hear Iona sniff.
So, Scorm has a sonic screwdriver. Not me. Okay. Yeah. That's for Scorm. Sorry, did I say Hermit? It's been a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sunday.
I'm still operating on the fact that I've been hit by hay fever and heat and headache.
Oh,
so,
no.
hay fever's
that
the worst.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but the drugs are kicking in, so it's cool.
Good.
Anyway, anything else that you guys would like to do whilst you are up in the air?
Yeah, I do have one thing I wanted to do, but I don't know if anyone else wants.
I
something.
I do have like a roleplay moment,
Yeah, go for it.
but I don't know, Rodrigo. What do you want it to do?
Okay.
'Cause I
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
going to do something that I haven't done since I think session 0, right?
Oh.
And this is basically like Red is trying to relax. She's really trying to like make the most out of the fact that they, for at least a few moments, they're not in Quebedos, right? However, she can't, because she can't stop thinking. She's trying so hard to figure out what the Crucible actually want. Not what they say they want, but what they actually want, like based on what we've seen on the field, right? So Red is like spending a lot of time pacing back and forth the space station, her room, even talking with Lucifer about this, just to have someone to spitball things with, right? Which is an interesting choice of, person to spitball things with, but hey, whatever. But yeah, so what I'm trying to do is, like I did that one time with the ants, remember? Red is gonna try to connect the dots, and I'm gonna try reading the situation.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a point where you would be able to. I'm going to give you an accuracy for this because you're not having to do this on the fly anymore. You are safe. I'm going to say that you'd probably be doing this either in or after the shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
pretty
like
much.
you're kind of coming back to human. Yeah. There's some aches and pains that aren't bothering you anymore, and yeah, you're trying to get an idea about it all. So,
yeah, it's that, like Red is suffering of that one thing where she's saying, okay, I'm gonna leave it for now. She sits down. A few seconds pass and she goes, but no, wait, like she can't leave it alone.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be read a situation with a grit and an accuracy. So. That'd be good. Ooh. Okay, that's gonna be. Let's see. 19 on the dice, 2 on the accuracy, 2 on the read a situation, plus 2 on the grit. So I think that's a grit.
Yeah, 25. So yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
You're just there, and you're just all the chess pieces are kind of going out on your mind, and you keep returning back to Mother.
Yeah.
Mother, as far as you're concerned, there's no fucking way she's a planet.
No.
Oh
She
man.
smells of NHP.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, but it's still trying to figure out what she wants, and like the thing that like just a little roleplay moment. Red is thinking, okay, killing the planet, I've seen that before.
Mhm.
That reeks of SecCom you didn't win tactics, right? But they haven't been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe she's connected with them. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. It's just like I
Oh,
do wanted to say
that's
what's going
fine.
on.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely smells of SecCom,
Yeah.
and or at least someone who looked at that and went, "Hey, I like what those guys are doing," which shows the type
Oh,
of person you're dealing with. Yeah.
Hello, Harrison.
Yeah. And
Oh
so
god.
you are smelling Harrison Armory, SecCom, that kind of feel, and what you believe at the moment is the people in the Crucible itself, they don't seem as informed as they should be if they were in on this. Yeah.
Right.
Oh fuck.
You see a bunch of followers right even at the top, even the people that you've heard from the very, very top, the people who haven't got the helmets on and all the rest of it, they are not in the know.
The call is coming from outside the house.
Yeah. And the only thing that seems to have been addressing you with any authority, albeit very cryptically, has been Mother. And so yeah, Mother is the thing that you're most concerned about. And maybe trying to find Mother and killing Mother is the best option here. Or at least killing Mother's connection with the Crucible. Now you do know that there is a leader of the Crucible. I mentioned it before. His name is Emmett. Emmett Hunter. He's the guy who is at the top. Presumably, she speaks to him. But there's an end game here. I mean, they were willing to fuck up this planet pretty bad for the end game, and that's where you go. An eco religion willing to trash the planet. What's the game after that? You know, planet's fucked. You know, it's no longer habitable, and then it hits you. They're going to take the product and run. There's something that they've been told that if they get the product, they get to go somewhere else.
There's something in the planet, whether there's like you said, a product, like a mineral, chemical, spice, literal spice, whatever, or a object, but there's something in the planet, they want it, and as soon as they get it, they couldn't care less about the planet, and they're willing to fucking crack it in half.
And presumably Mother is promising them a way off the planet to do so, which means that at some point, whether it's not been printed yet or whatever, a ship will be involved.
Interesting. Oh, okay, like as soon as Red realizes that, no matter what time of, well, not even day or night because it's space, but whatever the time it is, she is going to get dizzy, and she is going to let her know this information, because if it gets to the point where the Crucible leave, they're probably gonna need to be ready for scrambling in case that happens.
Yeah. Well, there is something that is glaringly obvious, that any ship that tries to leave the planet at the moment will have a fuck ton of angels coming down after.
Yeah. But more importantly, we kind of need a union. Like, Red is starting to realize that maybe the situation is a little bit larger than it's grown to a point where it's gonna be hard, if not impossible, to solve with a few mechs.
Okay. Before you walk into the war room again, because that's a brilliant segue going into the main session, I'm going to leave the door open to the other three. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before Red charges in? Go on, Vic.
So I I would like okay, two things. Have I have I or have I not seen Red, which was charming the masses, so to speak?
Yes, I'd say you would have been dipping in and out of the war room, and Red would have had to have talked to a lot of people. So Red would have been there a while.
All right. Okay. So there's two things I want to do. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I want to find Red, and just go, hey.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Don't be. I'm just going to continue barreling towards Dizzy. This needs to be said.
This would have been before you did that roll, by the way. Yeah, because it would have been after in between the two actions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is stuff that happened before you barrel towards Dizzy, before you even get the oh shit moment.
No, I'm serious. You could have threatened them, and I think a few months ago you would have, but you didn't.
I just did what I was told. I just did what I was taught, and that's that. So there's no need to be proud of me. And I would rather leave it at that, if that's okay.
Right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
All right. That wasn't as sweet as I thought it was gonna be.
Sometimes that's the thing about RP. Sometimes we're kind of like, "Hi, I want a heart to heart." The other one goes, "No, shut down."
Hey, no. All right. Okay. Second thing I want to do is I want to find Judge.
Oh.
Yeah. What have you been doing, Judge? Because we haven't been hearing what he's been doing.
Well, the thing is, he's very much the gun, and how do you shoot a planet? Like, shrug. I don't know. So he's probably just been going over the mech and making sure it's up to spec, and just kind of diligently maintaining things as he waits to be deployed. So it's probably around the mech bay.
Sure.
Great. Okay, I want to find him, and yeah, I want to find him. So, question, because before Kadavos, we are in training together, right? We know at least like maybe like the scant outline of like who we used to be, right? Who yeah.
Yeah, you all would have been in the same boot camp. That's why you ended up being in the same thing together. But yeah, you were part of the less than 5% of the applicants that got in any way. That included the Angels. The Angels are part of that 5% as well.
All right. So I would have technically, I would know that Judd used to be like a part of a, let's say, posse, that he's not anymore. Leaving behind people that, you know, he maybe cared about.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to approach him, and I want to ask, Master Judge, would you be willing to speak to me in private for a moment?
Oh, well, of course, I wanna. Let me just. And he reaches over and stops whatever he was playing from goggles. And is this a public conversation, or would you like to go somewhere else?
If somewhere else would be very nice, thank you.
I'm sure we can find a room somewhere. Please. And then we can head off to somewhere nearby that's private.
Yeah.
So, what seems to be the problem there?
So, I don't know much about you, but I'm sorry if this is a personal question, but how would you deal? How do you deal with knowing that there's people that you had to leave behind? Yeah.
You think about it a lot and feel real bad and then do a lot of drinking, is my experience.
Right.
But I've been told that trying to talk to people is usually the better way about things.
So I've heard as well.
Harder though.
Yes, indeed. Very hard. Before this, I had a family, right? I think I had moms, right? I had a sibling. I had someone else. And then apparently that's what I'm told. If I woke up and I didn't remember them, but they remembered me, and I left them behind. Does it ever stop? It doesn't, does it?
It can stop any time. You just have to say sorry and carry on. And most folk are likely gonna listen to you if you come back earnestly. But you have to be willing to make that first step, is my experience.
What if you don't think that they want you back?
I think it don't matter what you think. I think it matters what they think.
Right. Thank you. I mean it.
No, not at all. Anytime.
I'm gonna bow and leave. All right, that's it. That's me. Exposition.
Nice. Okay. Whilst all this was going on, you can see that there's a lot of printing going on. Mostly they're printing the thrusters from Kestrels. Just the thrusters on their own. You can also see that a lot of angels under the direction of Scornfuse, but with the permission of Dizzy, have been jumping out of the mech bay, one of the loading doors, one of the airlocks, with these thrusters, and then just flying in space in their mech form, taking them out to do some building. You can see that outside, floating, is this small power plant that you liberated from the volcano. And it's starting to look more and more like a spaceship. It's got these omnidirectional thrusters. A heat shield's been placed on the front of it. Again, it's a printed heat shield. You think this one he actually got off the dropship design. He's just printing parts of ships and wrapping the nuke with ship parts.
Oh my god.
I would like Helen, give me an exclamation point angel trigger, because you're weighing in on Hermit and Iona's previous research to see if you can get a safer drug out of this to make your pilots. Ooh, 12.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to say it isn't available now, but it could be available in time for chapter 2.
Oh, they're playing the long game.
Okay.
Ooh.
It could be that when we play this again in the next campaign, that a stable drug could be found. Finding an antidote, finding something that will rip you out of it, as rough as it is, then that's something. But you're talking about a safe performance drug. This takes time, but the theory is there.
and hence from the ashes it rose after millions of years of absence. It returns for Loco.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So you are suddenly all given on your comms. You're told to go to the war room.
Yeah, by this point, Red is
Which
already
Red
barreling.
is already there. You're the reason why the rest of them get the comms. And you see when you come into the war room, Dizzy. Sorry, Red. The Dizzy is in front of a hologram in the middle of the war room, and you can see it is showing a cliffside with quite clearly a wireframe subterranean model underneath it. And Dizzy goes, "What is it, Red?" "I'm preparing the next mission."
I need to tell you some things, and I'm gonna tell her basically the entire thing that we discussed during my role.
Makes sense, and that's close to some of the options that we had as a possibility, especially when they were ready to basically glass the planet. We assumed that they would have a plan after that. I mean, not always zealots, am I right? But yeah, we assumed that they would have some sort of play. But we rule the skies here at the moment. Not that we would normally attack any ship that would be leaving, but if it was
right. Trust me, something feels off.
Well, maybe
There's
this
a
will help.
piece.
We're going to take the fight to them. I've given Scornfuse carte blanche with our printers.
Why would you do that?
I know, I can't believe I said it myself, but the explosive that you got, he's removed some of the more toxic elements of it all and just turned it into a big old bomb. So we believe that this is the place to hit. And you can see there's a cliff that seems to be going into a corner. There's a wireframe, and it seems to be like in the crook of this cliff. There's an entrance to what seems to be a subterranean base. It doesn't look like a ship. Red, I think we found the processing facility.
Well, that's a relief. Plus, I was starting to get tired of this relaxing time and really could use another mission.
Well, you're about to get one. There's only one problem. Even if Scornfuse was to fly that thing as close as he could and explode it, it's not going to be enough. We need to have a target painted, and we need to have the defenses that they have there out the way. We pretty much just need Scorn to, well, fly by wire, fly it through the front door. That means that we need you to go in, take up the defenses, and let them have that shot. By the way, this is an adapted mission by the fact that originally you were supposed to take the nuke in and place it yourself. But seeing as Scum decided to put thrusters on the fucking thing, we're changing it very slightly. This is still the same map. I've just dressed the mission up differently.
No, that's
wrap
fair,
a
but
chain
also
around it and walk it like a dog.
No, I just find it funny, and I'm not complaining, by the way, that somehow Scorn became the most important character in the campaign.
The fucking cornerstone, baby.
Cornerstone.
Well, there's actually modifiers here where, or I've said, there are side things that you can do of what are they doing about the drug? What are they doing about the people? What are they doing about the innocents who could be taking this drug and then going crazy and then just whole cities and towns killing themselves from the inside without the Crucible even turning up in person in any mech? What are you doing about that? And you guys have answered those questions as you've gone along, but then we've also had Hermit who's turned around and gone, no, I want to research this, and mostly that's been teaming up with Iona. So you've been doing the research along the way. So when I get to the summary at the end of this, where I give you your rundown of, okay, this is what happened. This is the state of Kadabos now as a result of it all. You don't end up with basically this hot fucking drug still in common use because people have got fixated on it or whatever, because you guys have researched it and called it out. So
okay.
So,
Business
the
baby.
angels are having a well-deserved cocktail whilst you guys are talking, and you can see the.
Cocktail or cocktail?
I'm not entirely sure. From chat, you can read it both ways. So,
God.
so yeah, there's a mission right in front of you. It is in the Morntred Mountains, and we are talking tundra here, which means that you guys, if you're going prone at any point, when you're making the hull save to not go prone, or whatever save to not go prone, you get a difficulty because you're on ice and snow. So you get given the wireframe, and they say, look, there's 2 very large mechs there.
Oh, fuck.
Sentinels either side of the base. These are so big that if they want to, they can literally hunker down over the entrance like a human, mech shield, and absorb the blow. And we believe that this zealot system that they have, that the pilots would actually do it. We also believe, based on analyzing some of the combat data, that the pilots don't see things in photo detail as you do. We believe that they see a wireframe, almost like an ancient computer game, where they see icons moving around, they see what they need to see.
Very MGS4 of you.
We're not sure how they do it. They seem to have high enough reactions. I guess when you're just simplifying what's in front of you. Yeah. The only people that you can turn are the people without the helmets, and there's an ancient phrase, they've drunk the Kool-Aid. We don't know what Kool-Aid is, by the way. We think it's like this energy drink. So,
And technically it was Flavor Aid, but
did not know that. I did not know that.
Damn.
Jonestown was favorite. Okay. But yes,
Cradle studies.
they couldn't even afford proper Gatorade. I mean, fuck's sake. So yes, we believe that you can't reason with these. However, once we do this, we are already at war with the Crucible. But once we do this, the Crucible are going to be stepping up their game. We will have destroyed their facility, and they will be looking to end us specifically. They will find a way of drawing us out and destroying us. We think they may even try to find some way of destroying the nest. So make no mistake, once this gets done, they're going to do something desperate.
Let them try.
Every inch of
like
the planet.
Bug.
We believe this is the only facility that they're using.
Let them try. Squash them like a bug.
We have found that there are several, I hate to call it cargo, but cargo drop points that enter this facility as well. But these are, for the most part, large shafts where a ship will land and they will drop down inside the mountain. We don't believe that firing scum fuses, I believe called Nuki.
Oh, he gave it a name.
He gave it a name. Don't look at the front nose cone. He's also drawn some stuff on it. But yeah, the if Nuki gets fired at any of these, it's not going to do much. It has to be the entrance. And that's why we need you to go in and clear the entrance and then get the fuck out of there. We've retrofitted some of the drop rigs so that they can, once you enter them, jet you off in any direction. We've even got one where we put a few extra boosters on for the Enkidu. You need to go in, clear the way, and then get out and give Scorn the okay to fire.
I'm gonna look
there's-
at the others. I want to see how they feel about this.
Iona is studying the floor very closely, and they're not really showing much emotion, but like, they have like part of their cape in their hand, and it has an iron grip on it.
Just kind of taking it all in and nodding along. This is the mission.
If it needs doing, it needs doing. Let's go on with it.
I agree.
There's one other thing.
There's always one other thing.
The two large mechs are of previous, early design. We believe that they are a transition between the old mech technology that they got from the ships and this new mech technology that we believe that they are getting from the supposed NHP mother.
Oh my god.
This transition between the old and the new could tell us everything about how they work. In fact, we've been told that we've been brokering licenses for you, obviously, during this time. If we can get a core from one of the large mechs, so that means destroy it, rip it out. If we can get a core
I
from
can
one
do
of those
that.
mechs, we have been guaranteed that you will get an immediate license.
Holy shit.
I can see to that.
We've spoken to the various license holders. We won't give them everything, but we will give them a little bit of data, enough to sweeten the deal and expedite those licenses coming through. And
So-
in game terms, if you succeed in this mission optional side quest, you will get a license level at the end of this encounter.
Woo!
Hey, that's the magic words. When are we deploying?
You're here, aren't you? Suit up.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Aye, aye.
So Scum says, I don't want to distract the team, but I have a suspicious. Can you set up a salvage scanner on the base while we're away? I suspect something could be in space with low power and without a scanner to detect Rex. It may be invisible, but it could be completely wrong. Yeah,
Damn, I didn't
I'm-
consider that.
Yeah.
love it. Love it.
God, didn't score.
Big brain Sean.
Yeah,
It's nothing, Judge do.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I didn't consider that. See,
Yeah.
yeah, Scum. Yeah, I'm going to say that you put that together. I'm not going to get you to roll. I think it's such a good idea that it's worth rewarding. You put together the
nice.
salvage scanner, and in the time it takes for the guys to get ready, you do a full pass. There are some old junk satellites that are literally just junk, and there's a kind of slight relay system. There's nothing there. So nothing's there at the moment. But
Yet.
I will bear that in mind, that it's still there. Okay. So we're about to go into a 10-minute break, and I've got some cheesecake that needs eating.
Oh,
Oh
now.
no.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we will take our 10-minute break now, and when we come back, we're going straight into combat. So both players and angels, get ready to team up, and we're going to go into not the penultimate, but well,
we're
Penultimate.
going towards the end.
penultimate. In that, after you do this, we are in the final fight, because
The
the final
beginning
fight
of the
takes
end.
2 sessions.
We're in the end
Beginning of the
now.
end.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Yeah. We will see you in 10 minutes time.
See everyone.
and welcome back. When we left off, you guys had managed to very orange all of a sudden. Let me change the light. When we left off, you guys had spent some time in the nest with the angels and realized that there is a mission afoot. Having to hijack part of the story, we're going to go with Scornfuse's version of nuking the bunker. Yeah, we have Nuki. Nuki is effectively what's that large bullet in Mario Brothers with the face on it?
Yeah, bullet bills. Bullet bills.
Yeah, bullet bill
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, it's effectively Scum's answer to that as
Oh my god.
Dizzy's just said, let's take the fight to them and just fuck up basically their evil lair. And
Bring the party to you.
you're going to be, exactly. You're bringing the party to them. And you will see already on your screen that I am showing you the map. The main reason for that is you guys are starting this. You guys approach by any means that you want. I'm going to say it's probably not worth, because I haven't got anything on the map to put you there. It's difficult for you guys to come from the top of the...
Right.
From the you'll have to
so
come
what
in
you're
from the
saying
sides
is-
or the bottom.
So what you're saying is we're picking a fight.
You're definitely picking
We're
a fight.
starting a fight.
And also, you can see this in advance that you guys can make some tactics. So you've been told you need to get it so that these two large mechs are incapacitated so they can't throw themselves in front of Nuki. Nuki has to hit the target. The target, you can see there's a gateway, which, by the way, is the only part of this map that is not the neutral party map. So, again, Alex has made a fantastic map. These are mostly suited to D&D, but I've managed to use them for this adventure and continue to love them. So,
We're probably going to see some of them when I finally run No Room for a Wallflower, which is still coming soon, TM.
Yeah. So you can see the X I've just drawn at the top. This is where Scornfuse's Nuki has to go. If it goes
Gotcha.
here, it will fuck up the entire facility.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is the weak point. It is that part in the Death Star. This is where you've got to hit. However,
Do we have to trust in the Force?
never.
Okay.
Don't.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is one with me.
It's a
Well,
neat
thank
trick, but let's face it, if you're going to go Exterminatus on something, the Force isn't going to do shit.
TBK.
Yeah.
TBK.
So...
No.
These two large mechs. You've been told that these mechs are kind of rejects. They are huge, but they're very, very slow. So they're only really used for guarding things. They are used as door guards. They can see off and absorb a ton of damage. And that's it. They're just too slow and too cumbersome to be put into the open field. Tactically, you need to be able to move. These have got a speed of 2. So you've been told as long as you can take these out, or make them both prone, or grapple the size 3 mechs. Yeah, I know it's not going to happen. But if you can find a way of not even necessarily destroying them, but just keeping them immobile
Simon.
for a short period of time, then you might be able to make the opening for Scornfuse to use Nuki. However, once Nuki gets used, you are gone. Because once you've said, right, okay, everything's done, we've got them prone, I'm bugging out, the rig will come down, rip you off the map, and Nuki will fire, destroying everything, including the mechs. If you manage to take out one of these mechs, just one, and use an action, a quick action, to rip out the core, you'll get a license level to go into the next fight. Okay? That's the deal. You don't have to take them down. But if you take one of them down, you get the license level.
Should we
Cool.
concentrate on a single one?
I was going to suggest that I deal with one electronic style, and then you deal with the other.
That is.
I was. That sounds good. I was planning on doing the thing I do in open, like just drawing aggro as hard as I can, even if they don't move, because something tells me these are not mechs that move much,
No.
right?
You've been
I
told
still.
speed 2.
Oh, we'll make him move.
Well, there's that too. Okay, so.
I will point
I
out that
still-
these 2 turrets here are familiar-looking turrets. They're the same turrets that you
both that.
saw in the lava.
No!
Our arch nemesis.
Yep, these are the push turrets.
Big bad.
Get
Backed
that
by
glitter
unpopular
bomb.
demand.
Hate him.
Unpopular demand. Fuck you. Okay, I just want to do some. Okay. Okay. Is this by the way, Simon? Is this like a cliff face? Like, do you have to like jump to be able to go up here?
Yeah, so to go up the central cliff face, it is considered difficult terrain. It just means to go through those hexes, it takes 2 points of movement.
How tall are they? How tall are they? Like size 1, size 2?
They're about size 2 in size, yeah. Because
so
I would say
just
where
follow
where there's
these
2 hexes on top of each other, the size 2. Towards the
Right.
ends, where there's only like a hex or less, they're only size 1.
I don't know if I can start this far ahead, but unless Simon tells me.
How
no.
far from the edge are we starting?
Wherever
Yeah.
you want, because you're in drop
Yeah.
rigs coming down from the nest. So wherever
So,
you want
yeah.
to drop, that's where you drop. Also,
If you-
if it makes any sense, you guys don't appear on the map until your turn. So please take your tokens off the map.
Okay.
Alright.
Fine. All right. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, until your turn, you don't exist on the map. Whether
Okay.
that's a good or a bad thing or determines your order, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm going to pull Twitch chat to my left-hand screen so I can't see your beautiful faces anymore. But because I want to be able to see
Beautiful
both
face.
chat
Yes.
and these guys as well. So,
Let's look at chat instead. What a bonus.
Are we going to
first
decide
thing-
teammates, by the way?
yeah, that was you took the words straight out of my mouth. Ed, who are you going to be taking on?
Who have we got? Helen's around.
Yeah, we got Helen. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
Ed and Helen. And then we have for Sean, I think Kate is still about.
I presume so.
Yeah, I can see
Kate,
Kate is still
yeah.
about.
Do you want to team
yeah.
up?
Fine.
So Vic is Hermit,
Yes.
and that leaves the winning combination of Red
Red.
and Scorm.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Okay.
They're more alike than they like to admit.
So even though you have control of Nuki, Scorm, I'm going to say that basically once you once they give you the all clear, then Nuki just goes off. You can still do your regular actions. Remember, everybody's got one special that they can use, but I still haven't put the lists down for. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that. But most of you guys know what they are anyway. And so Kate has got Pop the Hood. Hermit and Scorm have both got Drop the Base. Scormfuse, I think Scormfuse gave it to everybody to use, though. Data Spike.
Data spike, yeah.
And then you've got Coolant. So that's Coolant Drop, I think.
Dump.
Coolant Dump, yeah. Okay, explanation. for
It's
Coolant
weird. I
Dump.
haven't it stabilized once, like to clear all heat. Now that I think about it.
And I think that's it. I think we've got a couple of others, but that's the most thing. There's the Bunker Buster, but I don't think it'd be needed here. So, yeah, that's what we've got for that. And of course, you've got your Gambits using Angel Trigger. So we always reward imagination. And then, if all else fails, you've got Angel Fire. As you can see it at the moment, the main threats are the 2 large mechs and the 2 turrets. So, Angels, get your thinking caps on. Who's going to enter the battle first?
Ed, you usually have some big brain play right off the bat, so I don't know if you want to take it.
I don't know
I
if I
invoke
ever call
Ed's
it big
brain.
brain.
Look, it's
Galaxy
bigger
brain.
brain than what I do.
I'm just gonna like do honestly my usual rotation of tech stuff, so I'm quite happy to do that on one of them
Oh my
to start
God.
with.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So I just, if that's okay, then I might take the first turn. I just want to ask, do you want to take the one on the right or the one on the left? Because you said you wanted to like shut down one with electronic warfare.
It makes literally no difference.
Okay.
They are identical.
All right. Cool. So I'll take the first turn. So let's get this party started. The only way we know. Lucifer hit it.
Sure.
So yeah.
Lucifer fires up and says, "Indeed, Red. Let's have a little fun with these big boys."
I'm going to activate the Lucifer protocol.
Yep.
So you nasty.
Ooh, that's a good result. Okay, that's so it's 1d3 plus 3, which means, and I rolled a 6, which means that's just straight up 6 heat right off the bat, which puts me on the danger zone right away.
Okay.
Oh my
well,
God.
You'll notice that Sean's slap zone
Hey,
template.
Forgot
yeah.
about this.
Thank
Love
you, dude.
it,
Thank you
yeah.
for making that. Is there, so you can put it over the top. The slap zone is active, and it looks like you're focusing on the left-hand one, which is great.
Yeah, it
It doesn't
can't
work
put
with the
it on
grid.
top of the-
Yeah,
Let me.
hold
let
down,
me.
hold down Alt when you do it, and you can move it irrespective of the grid.
Should have made different
There we go.
colors.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Okay, so I'm already in the danger zone. Hello, glad to meet you over here. Okay, so first, I'm going to so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to barrage the mech to my left.
Yep.
With starting with a torch and then with the segment knives. So
Go for it.
torch, hit. Oh my God, are you serious? That's going to be
It is literally like hitting a barn door. You would have to try
5.
not to hit this. 5. Okay. Even
No, 4
4.
actually.
Okay. Even the barn door with evasion 6, you miss. It's not that you miss. It's just that you don't hit anything that makes a difference.
I'll be honest, I love Lucifer, but every time I try swinging that fucking torch with Lucifer on, I always miss, and I hate it. Alright, but that's just one attack. Cool. Segment knives come out. First attack with a segment knife.
Mhm.
That's 7 to hit.
Yeah, 7 hits. Yeah, let's say evasion of 6.
Okay, that's going to be 4 points of energy damage. Sadly, no Nuclear Cavalier or Lucifer extra damage because it's on the first attack roll I made. So,
Yeah, sure.
weeping. Okay,
Next segment,
next
please.
next segment knife.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's better. That's 17 to hit.
17 to hit. Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. That's going to be another 4 points of energy damage.
Yeah, I mean you're tearing into this thing now, and you know,
And
yeah, and but it is meaty as hell.
I got an extra attack because of Hunter 3. I get a free attack with any auxiliary weapon, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna attack it with my Plasma Talons, which
Sure.
have been buffed, by the way. So, ooh, I've been waiting to try this out.
Oh God.
So that's going to be
New toy.
motherfucker. That's going to be 5 to hit.
No, it's again.
But-
It's not that you don't hit; it's that you're hitting cosmetic bits that have been added.
But
to this.
reliable 2. Not reliable 1 anymore. It's reliable 2.
Great. Yeah, in that case, yeah. Damage is damage in the end. You do get through to something.
Yeah.
Being that you were the one to start, it's only fair that the one that you've hits back at you. So it's going to raise up. Doesn't even. You can see that there is a gun attached to one of its arms.
Yeah.
But you have a feeling that that's more kind of anti-personnel or anti-infantry. Instead, it just raises up the biggest fucking fist you've ever seen in your life
my
and tries
God.
to smash it into your face.
Which
So let's put this in +1. And let's see if it hits. Yeah, even with a minus D6, this thing slams into you
Fucking hell, man.
with 15.
Innovation.
Take 10 points of armor-piercing explosive damage.
Sorry, what?
Excuse me?
He big.
10 points of armor piercing explosive.
Yeah.
Alright. I can take that.
That's what he did, because that's all he needs to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the crumple sounds from this fist.
By the way,
Is
Simon, because
nasty.
I always forget, please do remind me when my blood sense goes off.
Yes, I will.
I am sure that it's not going off now, but it's like I always forget to ask. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's see. Just making sure there's nothing.
Oh wait,
else.
give me a moment. It has a minus D6, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm engaged with it, I get soft cover.
Ooh.
Oh, but you still roll as minus 6, right?
Yeah, so I'll just roll another
Okay.
another d6. So I'll just do, and if it beats, I mean, I doubt that it's going to get it down much further. Oh, that was a 6 actually. So that would bring it down to 12. Would a 12 still hit?
Oh yeah, still hit.
In
God
that case,
damn it.
you still take. the
I
damage.
need agility. God fucking damn it.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, welcome to me and my Balor mix, where I was like, yep, next time I'm gonna get agility. I just thought, oh yeah, I'll just cram in on the hull. That's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
it's dumb, right?
But to tell you the truth, if you're playing the Balor, as long as you've got the hit points to regenerate back into, it's fine because it's a percentage of your hit points. So, meh. Anyway.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's the left-hand guy. So next up is either Ed, Sean, or Vic. Who would like to go?
Is Scorm taking his turn?
Oh, Scorm, shit, forgot about that. While the enemy is distracted with Red piloting behind it to look for a react event and starts to blowtorch near that area in an attempt to heat it. A react event. Is that in the facility itself, Scorm?
I think he means in the.
On
Or
the
in
mech.
Yeah, an attempt to heat it. Yeah, I mean that would just give it literally some heat. Give me a angel trigger, and if you succeed, I'll give it a point of heat. And it would have to go against its. Yeah, that's easy, even against its modified hull rating. Yeah, number 1 has 1 point of heat. Cool. We've not actually taken anything down by overheating them yet. I tried to do that to you in session 1, but we haven't had you guys trying to do it to us. So, next player, please.
Where are we dropping, boys? Sorry.
Shall
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I? Okay.
Okay, Helen on deck.
I'm dropping straight into the bushes. Just. I'm gonna try and basically take the cover because I'm not going to be moving much this combat. So I'm not going to be flying either. I am just hiding in these bushes. First things first, I'm going to chuck out my little drone and figure out all of their wonderful statistics.
Okay. Say each one in turn, and I will reply with a stat.
Absolutely. Let me press the button so it will tell me. Location.
Yeah,
HP.
you know their locations. Okay, HP of the size 3 is 25. For the turret, it's 10.
Yeah. Evasion.
Evasion 6 for the large one. Evasion 8 for the turret. Yes, the turret is got more evasion than the mech.
But it's stuck to the floor.
E-defense.
E-defense for the large mech, it's 6. For the turret, again, it's 8.
Heat.
Heat
This isn't
cap on-
heat cap. This is heat. Current heat.
Current heat, neither of them have got any heat coming.
Yep. Okay. They cannot hide. If they end their turn, they cease to be hidden, and they can't benefit from being invisible.
Sure, they don't kind of do that anyway, so that's fine.
And there's nothing else hidden invisible there.
No.
Wonderful.
Yeah, largely because you are the sneaky bastards that came into them rather than the other way around. But yes, it's possible you could have invisible defenses. So, yeah.
I'm going to tech attack, in case you didn't guess. The one on the right with some Shrike code. So let's make that roll.
Yep.
And
It's
see.
E defense of 6. As I say, these were early transitional models. They're meaty as fuck, but they're not the most compact.
Yes, absolutely. Let me remember what the roll is. My tech attack is a +3, and I add my grit to it, which is a +2. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. That's a 20.
Yeah. Needless to say,
Hey!
you hit. Yeah.
Yes. So Shrike
it's
code.
child's play to get into these things.
Yeah. First of all, they take 2 heat,
Yes.
but also
takes 2 hit.
Shrike code means they take 2 heat every time. Every time they attack,
Sure.
until the end of their next turn.
Good to know. They would probably be wanting to do that. Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
That's what I was hoping. And otherwise, I am just like hunkering down in these bushes, trying to take all the cover I can from them.
Okay. So you've got soft cover in bushes. That's largely for targeting.
Yep.
And that's about it.
And I am not invisible because I haven't made a move.
Okay. So you're hoping to draw some fire there. In
We'll
that
see.
case, what do I want to use? I'm going to use the. Is the left-hand boy going to walk up to you, or is he going to try and shoot you?
Is he doing what again? He's doing what?
Don't know yet.
Is the right-hand boy going to come up and?
Right hand nor left hand.
Sorry, right. Is the right-hand guy going to come up and splat the little bug, or is it going to?
Do we have an angel who goes first, or is that after them?
Yeah, Helen.
Oh, Helen.
Yeah,
Oh, damn it.
data spiking.
So Helen is data spiking.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be triggering for some reason.
Oh, hang on. I can quickly fix that. I think I put that as a VIP thing, and the easiest way to do that is just a VIP Helen. So
Hey!
Hey.
there we go. Try that again, Helen. Yeah, I think and until Stormfuse gave it to other people, it was just originally a Storm thing. But I think Storm said that he was giving it out to other people as well.
There we go.
Hey,
With a 20-40 hit versus
Yeah.
E defense. Ooh.
So the one on the right gets another 2 heat. Oh, sorry. I'm assuming it's the one on the right. Bringing it up to 4 heat. And on a 20 plus, an Iron Wall player may make a quick attack action as a free action.
yeah.
And this is your territory.
I presume. So basically, a Wi-Fi rocket has hit this thing, and it's going. Go on, you've got a free in before the pilot basically rips it out.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do another invade. Why not?
Yes.
Go for it.
Where's my thing? It's here. It's the same roll. So it's a 15.
Yes, this thing is on Windows ME, so
Yep.
it's
Oh,
fine.
no.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Rip.
I am going to fragment signal.
Ooh, what's that?
Impaired and slowed until the end of their next turn.
Ooh, okay. Impaired and slowed. That means it can only move 1 axe.
Yes, I know.
Which means it can't come up to you and hit you with the
Yes,
hammer.
I know.
Damn. Okay. Helen, I think you just went in clutch there. That does take your special module for this session.
Love you,
but
Helen.
It did work.
Yeah, and dumping heat into this thing is gonna be good.
Yeah. This is up to 4 heat already, and it's only got. Oh no, I didn't tell you heat cap.
You did not?
Yeah. So yeah, that's. Ouch. I can reveal 2 hidden items on map. There is nothing hidden here. So.
Where is
Oh my
it?
God.
Nothing hidden. So the entire map is as you see it at present. So yeah. Congratulating the chaotic, some would say mad inventor of the data spike. Okay, so I'm still going to go with number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, number 2 is going to pull out the biggest shotgun you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Probably bigger than me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fairly big. It's fairly big, but it's not as impressive as I thought it would be. So just goes to show.
Let's hope my evasion is good enough.
You'll
It's not decided
probably
what
be
to do
fine.
with it.
Oh no, 16. 6 hits.
My evasion is 17.
Oh, let's go.
Oh man.
Oh,
The-
you didn't win.
They blast the shrubbery and take out a good chunk of it. But mostly it just serves to cover you up that little bit more as leaves and bracken rain down on your mech. It's kind of giving you free camouflage here.
Take it.
Nice.
I'm lying down in the snow, just hiding
Obvious,
under
you
it.
need to send me that world mechanic table again, and we'll see if we can put it into chapter 2.
No.
Unfortunately, we got too close to
No.
chapter 1, to the end of chapter 1. It looks pretty nasty, but yeah,
Did it take its 2 heat?
it did take its 2 heat. It is up to 6
Wonderful.
heats total, which is making me a little nervous.
Good.
And yeah, we'll put it this way: is that whilst I figure out.
How to fuck you over? No. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I can actually load that in to the bot that's confused. So what's that? D168 Visions of Fear. Your visual targeting systems load up horror game by mistake, imposing grotesque, horrifying monsters over all characters. You can see making you impaired.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
We've had Helen and Ed. Well, as long as not everything makes them impaired, I don't mind throwing that in on a few.
Well, guess what, Simon?
But no, it's not currently active. I will bring it in for
Chapter 2. No,
chapter 2,
no,
yeah, because I need
No,
to.
I know, but still. Guess
And
what?
as Storm said, it's wild magic, so it's limited to once a session. Right. So that is the right-hand one. Sean or Vic, what are you doing?
Master?
Master. No, sorry. I'm gonna drop then. I'll do it. Screw it. What was I gonna drop? I was gonna drop nearby. Hang on, I'm gonna measure things real quick. I'm more prepared
Go
than I
nuts.
seem, I swear. This works. Okay. I want it to be like here. I think. I'm gonna go with that until I realize I did a bad. Okay. I'm gonna pull out a gun I haven't used yet as I ready a magnetic cannon for the first half of my barrage.
Oh,
Line 8. So I'm gonna. No, I haven't had a line thing before, so maybe Ed can help me out with this one. Do I roll once and it's the same roll for everything, or do I have to roll per thing?
You roll per thing. If it's
Per thing.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Then
yeah, you can get the turret and the.
I'm actually going to read that really quickly because like area of effect in Lancer always confuses me. So you do your
We've
thing.
always
I'll
ruled
let
it
you-
as roll.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm aiming for down the line, so I'm gonna hit the turret and the.
Yeah.
What are these called again? The big boys?
Oh, sorry, I didn't give you the name. These are paragons.
Paragons.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I can
Great.
change all my notes from big boy.
Yeah.
That's what the token's called as well, by the way.
Oh, I
Yes,
love
I
it
did
though.
notice. Yeah.
Um,
Even though I sent you a file called Paragon.
Yeah.
I'm
right,
Big boy. Big
yeah, I just wanna
boy.
make sure.
Big boy.
Range.
boy.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a hit. Where's my hit? Accuracy doesn't kick in, does it? 'Cause it's not
Yes.
CQB, so
Oh no, yeah, then no.
No.
Sorry.
boom. D20 plus crit on the big boy is 11,
Yes, hits. It's like a barn door.
and 21 on turret.
Hits God. Yes.
Excellent. This
Crit.
is my magnetic cannon with overpowered caliber, and I have lodged in the Hellfire ammo.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds
I know
awesome.
what that means.
Yeah,
I
it's-
know what that means.
So this one's a bit of a combo. So base 1d3 plus 1 energy damage.
Okay.
Overpowered caliber means I add a d6 bonus damage.
Ooh.
And the Hellfire means any bonus damage I deal is burn.
Oh.
So minimum at least 1 burn, depending on what I roll on this d6. Wherever d6s live. 3, so 4 burn damage. In addition to the 1d3. Do we have a d3? No.
I mean, I think you can roll 1d3 on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
on
type it in, but I usually click the buttons in the top.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
2.
Wait,
So,
there's bucket.
Okay, so 5 damage and 3 burn effect.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's buckets.
And they have to make a hull save or be pulled 1d3 plus 1 spaces towards me or as close as possible.
Oh,
Which
it-
was not really what I wanted, but, you know, I'm gonna go with
But he is in the slap zone.
it. That uses up 2 uses of my ammo case as well. I've got 4
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, so that much damage and 3 burn. Okay. Wow. Yeah. The turret just gets. The turret obviously can't be pulled or pushed.
Mhm.
The magnetic cannon. You said it's a hull check, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. These have
Fail,
got big
fail,
holes.
fail.
It's one of the few things it
That's
has
good.
got good.
I don't want it
Um,
anywhere near me.
15. I'm assuming passes.
Yeah, my save is 12.
Damn it.
Sure.
I wanted to slap it.
Yeah, I know you do,
No,
but I don't
that's
want to be
unfair.
near it. It's
No,
all
no,
good.
I understand. I'll keep it occupied. Don't worry.
Okay.
Then, for my
It's on deck, by the
second hit, we're like, all right, old friend, let's get out this one. And Bolt Thrower is going to do a thing, which this one also doesn't get a bonus yet because I've done a cheat sheet to help me out with this.
Good
It's
idea.
a 20.
Ouch.
Ooh.
That's what the kids call a crit. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't
Uh,
it? Doesn't that trigger your brutal?
No, I took brutal
Oh,
away,
damn, I
and you
thought
have to roll a 20 on the d20.
Yeah. I
Which is what I
thought
meant.
you rolled a natural 20. Yeah.
So that's 2d6 kinetic. Where's the button again?
Which means 4d6k2.
Oh, shit. All right, then let's do. Sorry, I swore.
Hey, man. I'm on set
Oh my
2.
god.
That's
I'm on set 2.
That's pretty good.
Mind the fucking language.
I know. I'm sorry. And the other one would have been 1d6 explosive. So should we say the 2 dice I rolled before that was 2d6 key 1, and we keep the 3? Because I think that seems fair.
Sure. That brings it up to 30 points of damage. Right. So, yeah, you've managed to get rid of the one and only structure point this thing has got. So, let's see how this goes.
And then I'm gonna move back like 1 step.
Nope. Don't want to be near that.
Could I suggest it's a skid back based on the velocity of your guns?
Oh yeah, the fucking
It's even
recoil
better.
of the bolt thrower pushes you back once.
Oh, I wasn't
There's some
expecting that.
there's some weapons that do that. Like I think
Yeah.
the Caliban has them.
6.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh, I thought I was supposed to get pulled closer, but whatever.
I've lost my structure damage table. Damn it.
Give me a moment.
I got a 6.
I'll look it up for you.
I think that's just like a graze shot.
Structures, 5 or 6, glancing blow. Emergency systems kick in and stabilize your mech. However, your mech is impaired until the end of your next turn, so it has a 1 extra difficulty to everything.
Oh my god.
That's
Everything's
cool.
getting impaired.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, said Simon calmly.
It's impaired because it's got a fucking railroad spike through its chest. So yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
So that is Ed and Kate is popping
Sean,
the hood.
and now, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kate pops the hood on the same mech. Unless you want to change it, it makes the armor 1 lower. And on the 10, and I must reveal items on the map. There's nothing to reveal, and yeah, you can see that several panels open up until its next turn. Well, actually, it's the next attack the judge does.
Ooh.
So that is Ed and Kate. Sorry,
Sean.
Sean and Kate. The turret is going to go ahead. Turret is burning on the left-hand side, so it's just going to stabilize and get rid of the burn, I think.
The plan.
Yeah, it's going to do that. It's going to do that. The repair teams are going to come in and do that. I think I can only get rid of the burn, though I can't get rid of the any of the damage. Sure, that was its turn. Its turn was to not burn to death.
I mean, turn well spent.
Vic, what are you doing?
Okay, so while y'all have been wrecking shop, I have been having a crisis. Because Sean, I think Judge is great. I love him. Fuck you for giving him a cowboy hat.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He could have been not wearing it.
No, it's
Sunk cost fallacy. Let's go.
it's part of the aesthetic. I'm already committed. All right. So where are we dropping, boys? So I would.
Vic,
like
the next time you say that,
Send
you
the
owe me
shoes.
$5.
Tilty Towers.
A good
Everyone,
friend
a moment of-
powers. Okay, so
A moment of silence for Tomato Town, please. Anyways.
Why did that get me?
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Okay.
Wow, going good.
I broke Vic. I didn't intend this. I'm so sorry.
Nice.
Oh no. Okay. 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 I'm gonna boost up
Sure.
to this boy. And I'm, you know what? Pop. Just hit him with the spear. Good old reliable.
Okay. With the spear, I need to find out. Hermit, are you charging this?
Yes, 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 yes.
Which brings it up to an extra 2 points of knockback, I believe.
Knockback 3 eventually.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
as long as he gets knockback 1, I'm happy. I want to slap him so hard.
Sure. Hermit's agreed to power up your strike. You can see as Hermit comes down with the jets braking, latches onto the back of you, and this bunch of power lines go along the arms. Go for it. Go for the attack.
All right. You know what? Oh no, this is a terrible idea. I mean, my room is very dark. Oh fuck you, guy.
You got an accuracy, remember? And yeah,
Oh
you're
well,
doing
I
great.
don't think accuracy is gonna help a lot in this moment.
Well,
Yeah,
considering it has an evasion of 6, you can technically hit it just on the d6.
Yeah.
I literally, I rolled on that one. I with the grit and the accuracy, it's a 6.
You hit it.
You hit it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just hit it.
Nice.
So yeah,
Grit paid off.
so yeah, this is on. How much damage is this thing on? It spills over. Okay, right. Yeah, give me some damage.
So is this my
2d6.
usual
2d6.
Oh,
Yeah. You boosted it, so you got momentum.
okay. Nope. Oh, that's a 6, and that's a 3, so that's a 9.
And
Right.
it gets knocked back 3, which means
Well, it gets knocked back 1, and then we see what happens.
I already rolled 14 to hit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hits.
Give me
Boy.
a moment. That's going to be. Yeah, 14, sorry. Okay, that's going to be. And it could be better. That's going to be 3 points of AP energy damage.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Brings
I
up the
do like-
total of
And it's
17 now.
immobilized. It's immobilized.
Yeah, it's immobilized now, so it can't go any further. If you had missed, this thing would have kept on moving, and we would have had a collision rule. So, yeah. Sure.
Question: how long is it immobilized for?
Until the end of its next turn.
That seems convenient.
Yeah. Which means the only thing it can hammer is the Enkidu.
Fucking hammer.
Might open us up a little corridor.
Yeah. I've noticed. Noted down that it is immobilized.
By the way, Simon, has my blood sense gone off?
On this one, several times.
It's screaming bloody murder. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said it's on 17 out of 25. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Vic and Hermit push it back. I'm actually going to say Hermit didn't need to push this back 3 spaces, but I was gonna. I was like, if you're going to do this, then I'll do a collision thing where it could technically fall over. But yeah. Okay. I'm going to consider Hermit that you haven't used your special.
Ooh,
Hey.
nice.
This actually, this special has a reliable thing anyway.
Benevolence.
Right. So, back around turret 2, right-hand turret. Let's see, what's this one gonna do? This one.
Probably gonna fire at me.
Uh-oh, no, that's
yeah,
not how it
it's
works.
gonna fire at the Enkidu because it wants to
Yeah.
push you off that cliff, man.
Gift of kill.
So yeah, let's have a go at that. Let's have a go at that. So this is reliable and arcing. So let's fire. 4. No,
Oh,
Doesn't hit.
just
Doesn't hit.
just take 2 points of damage. Yeah. Just general splash damage from the missiles.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, we're back to the top. Who's first? And what you
Someone
doing?
want to do something first because
Yeah.
I again like yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
don't suggest goggles.
I want to drop this heat before they get to go, basically.
Yeah, before they get to stabilize. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff.
Yay!
What
And
else?
you say you don't do pre.
Yeah, you got
Settle in,
stuff.
team. It's good.
I'm going to lock on first of all to the one on the right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
You're
just
locked
sat
on.
cross-legged on the ground looking at it. So yeah, lock on. I'm then going to invade. Isn't that a surprise? Let's
shot.
hit the lock on. Let's hit the invade button. Why is it not in alphabetical order?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, I know.
Drives me
I
insane.
lose quick tech every single time. How does a 16 do?
Yeah, 16 hits. So that's another 2.
I'm consuming that lock on as well. Sorry, so that actually should have been an extra 1d6. Oops. Wow, that's the first time I've failed a roll in a long time. So yeah, it was a 19, but... so, takes 2 heat. Because I consume that lock on, they can decide whether to take 2 heat or move 3 spaces. Sorry, take 3 heat or move 2 spaces in the direction of my choosing.
No, they just have to move.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it's not of your choosing. They just have to move.
No, my target must choose to either take 2 heat or push 3 spaces. Are you telling me they've almost hit their heat cap?
They're at their heat cap because they got 2 from the original invade, didn't they?
Yes. So, well, I'm going to move them towards the gift of guilt.
Oh,
3
man.
spaces.
Okay. 3 spaces.
Batting here.
Can you be pushed beyond your speed? Is one of my questions. But
I think you have because when you're pushed or pulled, it's against your will.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not
it's
moving
like-
on your
it's
own
like a
volition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite honestly,
Well,
it doesn't
actually,
make a difference
would,
either way.
It would get to here, wouldn't it? Before. So can Gift of Guilt do an attack, please?
Yep. Motherfucker, that's going to be 5 to hit.
No. It goes all the way
Reliable
in there.
2.
Reliable
Reliable 2.
Yeah, reliable 2. Yep. It's the first damage that this one has taken.
Damn.
and then Shrike Code.
Hey,
Which-
coming blood.
Gives it 2 heat again.
No, it gives it heat if it decides to attack.
Okay. Yeah, it's at its heat cap. It doesn't want to overheat. It's a big thing, and it's not. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
I'm gonna message Scorm and say, now would probably be a good moment to try and nip down the side.
Okay. This will end the combat
Ah, right.
because when Nuki goes off, this entire map is fucked.
Right, I
Do
thought
we-
we could plant and then kind of carry on and then go.
Like do like one more round. Yeah. Okay.
I
would like to.
Actually, I would probably allow that. I would allow that Scum can land Nuki and then choose when he sets it off. Yeah, I'll go with that.
well,
'Cause
yeah,
that
I'm-
was actually going to be the original. The original combat was going to be that one of you had to go in and physically place it. So yeah, go on. I'm going to go with that. I'll go with that.
Okay. Well, it's Scorm's choice to make.
Yeah.
But cool. End of my turn. Because I locked on and didn't move, I get another lock on. Because I've got Spotter 2.
Ooh.
I'm going to lock onto it. And actually, I get to know a load more about it by locking on. I get to know armor.
Which one are you locking onto?
and
The one to
speed.
the left or the one to the right?
The one to the right.
Okay.
Doesn't really
no,
matter. they're
no,
both
I'm
the
going to
same.
say one to the left.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, one
so-
to the left. Armor 0
Speed.
at 2.
What else? Mech skills and current HP.
Current HP on the one on the left, it's 17 out of 25
Mhm.
and has used up its one structure point.
Mhm.
The hull is -1, systems +2. No, I'm reading the wrong fucking thing.
Well done, Nick.
Sorry, yeah, so the armor 0 was still the thing. Hull +4, systems +1, agility -2, and engineering +0.
Cool. Thank you very much.
It's made to be big.
Yep. About what I expected. What's
Okay,
Helen up
and
to?
Scumfuse has said that he'll hold out for the moment. We're doing okay, and Nuki would be at risk.
That makes sense.
waiting in line of sight. Okay.
Remind me again what we need to do to take out the core. It's like a quick action, right?
Yep, you can just use a quick action. Once one of these is trashed, a quick action means that you secure the core and therefore the license level.
And
Alright.
Helen has suggested trying to push the big boy off the cliff.
Absolutely. We have had a history of one of the angels coming down and double kicking something in the head. That's going to be a gambit, though, and it's going to be a gambit.
Gamble.
How did I do it
Gamble.
before?
Gamble.
Yeah, it's going to be a gambit, which means angel trigger. And I'm going to say that I won't accept a 10 for these guys to be knocked over because they're so big. It will have to be a 14 to knock it over, but a 20 is still a crit.
Let's
15.
Hey.
Woo!
Yeah, just that
Style.
one extra as it moves forward. I've got to do a hull check now.
Okay.
This is a
No,
big.
is this
is a big
technically
one.
still Ed's turn?
Yes, this is
Yes.
still technically.
Okay, then I don't get to slap it then.
Yeah. So it does need to do a hull check. If it passes the hull check, it doesn't go prone. It just basically stumbles down the cliff because it's quite a bit bigger than the cliff. But what happens is it does get, in the same way that any of these effects on you, because you're on ice, it does get a difficulty.
Like when there's one more step than you expect.
Yep, that's an 8. That's an 8. That's less than 10. This thing is prone.
Wonderful.
Because it's so big,
Nice.
I can actually do that. So,
Nice.
I love it.
yeah, you watch as Jinx comes down and double kick to the head. I mean, this is like an afterburner kick to the head. It goes forward
To the
and
head.
it looks like it's about to just step off the cliff, like it's a step, and it just loses its footing at the last moment and is now up against the cliff. It's prone.
Okay. Cool.
By the way, with this prone and the other one incapacitated, you could just say, okay, we're bugging out, you could blow this now because you've met the requirements. But I'm sure you want the license level, so let's
yeah,
keep going.
I want to ask for the
Yes,
next
well.
turn. If that's okay.
Okay. Well, I've got to go for one first, and ooh, I'm gonna have to go with the right-hand one first. I'm gonna have to. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the right-hand one. He's gonna get up, which is his move, and he's gonna clear his heat,
Good.
and that's all
We'll
he
see.
did.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, that's all I can do, man. So who's next? Then I think it's going to be Rodrigo.
Reaction at the start of your turn. See if you can get the core out of the one on the left.
Yes, ma'am. So that's gonna be 2 accuracy because locked on plus. Yep. All right. So it's not gonna be a barrage. It's gonna be a skirmish with a
Skirmish, and then you're gonna get and then you're gonna hopefully have the second action to rip it out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you got here.
And okay, so here's something I'm going to do. Just as a safety precaution, I'm going to pop my core power.
Oh,
Right.
that doesn't sound like it should ever be in the same sentence as safety. But carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bear in mind. So yeah, I'm getting I'm like getting limit restriction 0, crush limiter. I'm getting rid of the limiters. But yeah, I don't get to use bifurcate unless I state it as a full action. I just have like the option to use it.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to skirmish with a torch.
Mhm.
So that's going to be 2 accuracy. If this misses, I am going to throw my dice away. Okay. Not great accuracy rolls, but better than nothing. Okay, so that's 8 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 12 to hit.
Yep. So that's just a regular hit, but it does hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So that's first, it's going to be the torch damage. Just 1d6 energy damage. 6 energy damage.
Ooh.
Oof. That brings it to
Plus-
23.
3 burn.
3 burn, which gets applied straight away. This is.
And Nuclear Cavalier pops off, which means
Oh.
he takes 2 heat and an extra d6.
God.
Roll a 2. Roll a 2.
Let's see.
5.
3 heat,
5.
3 burn, 5. That's 31 out of 25. Yeah, you carve a slice off this thing.
I literally jump on it. I take the torch out and I drive it in it and I start carving it down the middle.
Yeah,
Give me my
you,
loot.
yeah, you have basically. It's like opening up the rib cage in a heart operation.
No, cutting it the entire thing in half. I'm from the head down to the bottom. It's vertically getting cut in
Sure,
half.
not exactly in half because you'll go through the core and you're trying to rip that out. So you kind of make a bit of a detour, but sure. Yeah. This thing is deaders. You can use your other quick action to tear out the core.
And I will do that.
Sure.
I will do that.
In what is reminiscent of my time when I was younger watching Mortal Kombat, you Kano this thing and tear out this big old black box, ripping off cables and things like that as it gets pulled out. And yeah, you attach it to a mag point on your mech, where you would normally put a single cargo unit.
I say mission's accomplished. We should probably head home now.
Indeed.
Sounds right.
I mean, I don't know if Scorm has already flown.
Gorm has just said comms over comms. So you do want to finish the other one or boom and zoom?
Boom and zoom, Scorm, boom and zoom.
Sure. The right hand
Yeah, it's standing.
Paragon is standing, but it has got a cliff between it and the entrance. Certainly more than enough for you guys to be able to get a window of opportunity for Scorn. So, Scorn, based on what I'm seeing here, give me an angel trigger and I will add a d6 to it.
Ooh.
shit, the force is with this one.
You were making fun of it.
Oh
my god!
My God.
Boom!
The force is one with me.
So you watch as Nuki goes on a direct collision course. The angels suddenly break off like a stunt formation team, just firing up in the air to get as far away from this as possible. The rest of you slap a button on your console, and these heavy burner jets fire you all up into the air. You are spiraling into the sky. This is more power than precision here. You're spiraling as much height as you can get, and below you there is a telltale blinding flash that makes your visors go and block out most of the light. You have destroyed the facility, and you've got the core. That is the combat. You've actually done it with 20 minutes to spare.
Holy
which
shit!
Which means RP goodness. Yeah, you guys fucked these things up. You saw how badly they hit. A single punch from these things does
It
10
took
points of damage.
half of my health in
That was
one
ridiculous.
punch.
If I could have got one punch on Ed, it could have just been One Punch Man. But yeah,
It would have been a structure
yeah, a
immediately.
structure per punch. Yeah. Mind you, though, it had to hit you, and it had a difficulty because this is based on the demolition hammer that the Demolisher has, and it does a lot of damage, but it has an inaccuracy.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I figured as much. But ooh, damn.
These, by the way, for anybody who is running Lancer at the moment, these large mechs were a mashup between Demolisher and Goliath.
Oh, that's two words that should be next to each other.
The Goliath bad guy is effectively Barbarossa, and Demolisher,
God.
I think, is like the one that's got the big hammer. Is it Genghis? I think.
No, that's actually Raleigh. Raleigh is the one who gets like the kinetic
Yeah,
hammer.
I didn't
at
take
Oh
the
the
yeah, that's
hammer.
right. Kinetic hammer. That's it. Yeah.
I didn't take it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you could have more gun. Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
want more gun?
Extra space for a gun.
Yeah. This thing gets vaporized. There were some options that I had here, depending on where I wanted to go. I could have activated the hive system, which was on the front gate, which would have started doing hunter-killer stuff. But I decided I wanted more of those turrets because they were fun.
I'm so glad they basically got to do nothing.
Well, if they'd succeeded in pushing the Enkidu off the
That's true.
off
That's
the,
true. I got
off the
lucky
thing and you
there.
hit prone, if you got knocked off the cliff and you got hit prone, then the Paragon would have jumped on you.
Yeah, okay.
Big boy.
Yeah. At which point it basically levels up a tier, and it would have done 14 points of damage and stunned you on a hull save.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
No, thank
Yeah.
you. That's almost all
No,
my
no,
HP.
no gracias. No gracias. No.
This
Yeah.
is why I hid in the
Yeah.
bushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate.
Anybody
I've-
who goes prone on this map gets jumped on by the first Paragon that sees you. And it can do that on a dash as well. So, yeah, it would have been nasty. So, we aren't finished yet. The flash goes off, and the plans of the Crucible are changed, thwarted forever. The local Omninet is a buzz with this. This is not something that can go unnoticed. Everybody wants to know what this huge spike on their sensors is. Very quickly, Lucinda, Dizzy, a couple of the others who are starting to come round start feeding up the information that a corrupt facility that was used for harvesting people, that have taken people, has been vaporized by the Iron War. There's a mixed bag, as happens, unfortunately, in real life. There are people now who are considering that this is a massacre on behalf of the Iron Wall. There are others that are telling them to wake the fuck up and see what's actually happening. And the Omniness is a buzz, almost like a social media storm over the Flame War de Jour. You do hear from the Crucible as part of this. They are talking about the thousands of innocents in this monastery that have been destroyed. And privately, they start sending you all threats.
I actually want to reply to one of those.
Oh my
Sure.
god.
So
Give me a moment, but I need to do some Googling first. You continue.
Yeah, sure. I'll say the threat then. You do get privately and untraced someone saying, "You have ruined everything for the future of our people. You single-handedly have been the largest heresy, and we now will raise this planet to the ground in your name. The deaths
I
of
replied.
innocents will be on your shoulders and of your friends."
I reckon you're a very religious person, aren't you? Tell me, are you familiar with the Old Earth Bible?
God.
Such
There is-
heresies have been mentioned, but they are forbidden reading.
Okay. But I think you, as a religious person, will understand this. It's one of my favorite passages. It's Psalm 137, 7 to 9. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation thereof. Ah, daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Your days are numbered. And I cut off the transmission.
Fuck.
Holy fucking
Literally
shit,
preached. Okay. Shit.
You want me to roll threat? I will do that.
I don't think you need to. Yeah. As in, this is maximum effect. You show yourself to not be swayed by their words, and after that, the threats pretty much end. You've.
Oh
They-
my god.
They just don't bother anymore. You pretty much have had the last word. You can see once you get back to the nest that troops are amassing everywhere. Every town is pulling out every mech that can be used aggressively and finding people who can pilot them. They are cracking out these amphibious swamp tanks. Everybody's trying to protect themselves. The xenophobic nature of Kadebos has not changed in that. There are a few that are allying together. Harris and Moss, those two leaders suddenly are there for each other. They are helping each other out. They are sending parts. They are sending medicines to each other. They are drawing up battle lines. Harris has turned around and said that he is not accepting the vaccine.
Holy
Fucking anti-vaxxers.
And he has actually subjected the he's actually ejected the Crucible from his place. He hasn't yet put up the Union flag, but he has been asking questions about, you know, is it possible to kind of dip his toe in, maybe like
Could
an
it be?
associate or something. So he seems to be coming round, mostly by the fact that at the moment you guys seem to be all giving and no taking, and he can't really deny that. However, there are other people out there who have been brainwashed by the Crucible and are pledging their units to the Crucible. These are people who are much further away than you were with Silver Ridge, so they are kind of on other parts of the planet, and they are providing mechs and accepting for Crucible forces to use their printers to make more forces as well. You think that in the best possible way, this is a planetary war that at least you've put as much in your favor as it's possible to be. There is something I will finish with, but I want to know, is there anything that you guys would like to do to help these efforts? And that's open to chat as well.
Red is unsure. Like, here's the thing. Red wants to help. Her mission, despite all of her... despite how eager she is to rip and tear, her mission is, in the end, always helping. It's still the mission of the Iron Wall. It's still the mission of Union, right? However, she doesn't know how. She feels like other people are probably going to be better at helping organize everyone, or train people, considering that Red's main force of main tactic is just focusing all of her aggression into the mech and then letting the mech do the rest, right? So I don't know, she's gonna be a little awkward about it. That's what I'm trying to say. She wants to help, but she feels like she has no right to.
Okay. Ed, anything that you can come up with? No is an acceptable answer, because this was an optional part of this session.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, honestly, no, I am out of it. Sorry.
Okay. Vic?
Yeah, Iona is going to report to Lucinda, and where can I help?
Damn, huh? You're helping already, but yeah, sure. I mean, if you want, you can try and train my my boys here. I've got some people who are green as hell. I mean, they're as green as a roof here. Do you mind putting them through their paces?
Not at all. It will be an honor.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Mostly at this point, you are adding details and sentences to the final part of the story.
It's 11.
11, still a success. Yeah, you put them through basic training. It's like, make the pointy end go in the other guy. Point away from face when it comes to firearms, that kind of thing. Yeah, sure. Judge, anything that you're doing?
I was going to do a similar thing, actually. I was going to go back to Judge's posse times and teach him a bit of more guerrilla warfare and a bit more tactical stuff.
I heard Margarita Warfare.
Margarita Warfare is absolutely
Margarita
needed.
Warfare is part of it. That's the Friday afternoon lesson.
I'd say Margarita Warfare was Sean's previous character, where he sat there in this office, kind of like,
just listening to fucking.
That explosion spilt my drink.
Oh, look, I'm just dealing with the coffee maker. It's fine.
Yeah.
What the fuck was his name?
Max Valiant.
Max?
No, Max Valiant was his last.
Max Valiant.
No. What's the name of that artist?
Oh, right.
Margaritaville. Who did it?
So yeah, give me a roll, Sean, for guerrilla warfare.
Okay.
It can be any kind of leadership or directly related to guerrilla warfare.
Okay. Let me have a look at what I've got.
Roll for war crimes.
Take control or charm.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. I didn't manage to find it.
I don't.
Judge is just like blasting Jimmy Buffett the entire time.
Margaritaville by James Buffett.
What the fuck happened to you?
I want to be nice. I'm gonna go with charm.
Okay, go for it.
Lead with nice. It's a 20.
Yeah. You've put yourself up there as a bit of a guru, bit of a personality, and yeah, there's a lot of people out there who want to be gunslingers, who are following the judge way of doing things, using the swamp, and spending their entire time kind of becoming a bit of a dead eye with the whatever weapons they can get themselves, even like basic weapons, basic firearms that can be printed off anywhere because they're just GMS stock. In the hands of a gunslinger becomes something awesome and deadly. Going through chat, Scornfuse has been handing out a Nuki t-shirt saying, "What would Nuki do?" The answer
Remember
is
Nuki.
Explode.
Remember
that bomb had a
Nuki.
face on it.
These are being printed on demand in various places by some of the, let's say, less responsible members of Kadabos society, and being worn as a, not anarchist, but certainly troublemaker faction amongst the populace.
Oh no, we developed a counterculture.
Let's see, what have we got? We've got Jinx was saying the plans to distribute the antidote. So the antidote, the data of how to synthesize it was transmitted to all of the towns. So now they're synthesizing it using their own chemical printers, effectively. And it's technically something that could exist, I'm guessing, because the way that retrosynthetic analysis works, being I'm a chemist, it's not impossible to have a chemical printer. Yeah, it'd probably be biotechnological, but yeah, you could technically do it. Although printing out each chemical probably doesn't make sense. It would be more of a, it wouldn't be a literal printer. It'd be a reactor. So yeah, the antidote is getting out there. So anybody who doesn't want the, what did Ed call it, Flavor Aid, can get rid of the symptoms. There are some things on the local social media saying, does it have to be that rough?
Came people trending and saying, yeah, I know it's not, it used to be a combat drunk, but man, this thing fucks. This thing, like, I like the taste of it.
And there's an equivalent of Union told me to go to rehab, but I said no kind of thing going out there. Let's see. Distributing themselves. So Hermit said about that. Send the request to the pilots to give quick combat medic masterclass or medical checkups to those who want to get it. Yeah, sure, Hermit. Most of field medicine is scan with scanner and do what scanner tells you to. So what you're doing mostly is just putting into the scanners what they need to do for exposure to the substance as well. And I'm going to leave off with a quick scene, which I intended to put at the end of this. You are in the middle of getting ready for this war. You can see that there is a muster point that is forming. It's not advisable to try and break it up even early at this point. It's going to be a case of everybody marshalling their forces and going into full and open warfare. This is a point where Kadabos is becoming less innocent and requiring of your protection, and more taking things into their own hands. In fact, simply being a single lance of mechs is not necessarily what you need anymore. You need generals, tacticians, and sure enough, they're being provided by the Cosmos. And the Cosmos in their ship near the nest are sending down tactical data. They are showing different stratagems and previous battles that have happened on other planets. They're providing these kind of tactics, saying try this or do that. Oh, you've got this kind of mech. Okay, this kind of works. And they're providing all that. And you're starting to find yourself a little obsolete until Iona gets the call. Lucinda says, Iona, we're going to need your help. We're going to need it quickly. There's a vehicle going north from our position. We believe they're going to the muster point of the Crucible. We've been running field operations and everybody's been... It's Murray.
No.
you get a lock and a IFF blip. Beep, 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 beep. Hurtling away, you're thinking maybe some sort of armored grav car going quite fast, heading away from Moss Haven and into what is now, by the muster lines, Crucible territory. Lucinda says, some of my best are amongst them. The young girl, she's got a talent.
She does.
I'm gonna need them.
At once, ma'am. I'll do everything we can.
We suspect that these were targeted for a reason. I feel like I've got a mole here, and I will find them. But most of these people that were picked up, this particular group, they were friends of yours and friends of the angels that came in, and friends of the Wasp pilots that came in. I think they were targeted because they mean something to you. I have a feeling they're going to be doing something with them to get rid of your morale.
No. No, we will not let that happen, ma'am. I will round everybody up at once.
Indeed. Please get them back.
That is my intention.
And with
Over.
that, we're going to end this session because starting with an extra license level, next session, there will be no more rests. For 2 sessions, you are going to be in the final battle. And everything is at stake. Rescuing your friends that you've made on Cadabus that are being taken, I'm sure, to draw you out of hiding. The Crucible need to destroy you. You are the heroes of the hour. If they destroy you, everybody else will fall in line. All the way throughout, there's been this increasing threat.
Pretty ballsy considering what Red told.
Yeah, they stopped what was effectively the flame war because you turned around and was like, oh, bitch, please. And just gave it to them in a way where they just couldn't come back because you critted. And also, damn, with the stuff that you said. Now they're trying to draw you out of hiding so they can kill you. That's the only thing that will get the Crucible power again, turn them into an authority on this planet. They need to kill you, and everyone needs to see it. If they do that, they'll have control of Cadabos again. However, if you turn it around, they will be completely crushed. Everybody will side with Lucinda and Harris. And
No pressure.
everything will go the other way. So everything balancing on a knife edge, we are going to say good night to everybody.
Holy fuck, good night.
Yeah, Jesus.
But with a final scene.
Oh.
The bunker destroyed. A bodiless entity zips through imaginary lines that are simply flow of electrons and waves going through the air. You can hear, I will not allow this. We will find them, we will bring them to us, and we will crush them. We will crush them for all to see, and they will know the purity of the Mother. Yes, Emmett. Mother is broken. Mother is broken. I am less than I was. And yet the promises of bounty still stand. I exist in you now, Emmett. He looks up at his mech. His crowning achievement, a personal gift from Mother. Big, powerful, the apex of Crucible technology. And even though he's not inside it, it goes. and stands up. Mother is here with you, Emmett.
Bitch.
Mother is here with you. Now let us go and purify them all. And that is what we're ending on tonight.
Oh my god!
So a thing that I didn't mention is that after this, I'm gonna have to do like a 45-minute drive, maybe more, depending on traffic, because I'm heading over to Kevin's. And you just gave me a lot to think about on the way there.
Yeah. So you destroyed most of Mother. You didn't realize it, but you did it. Yeah. Now the final takedown of Mother. She only has one place to hide, and that is in the strongest mech she can find. So big thank you for Rodrigo, Ed, Victoria, and Sean. Sorry, you're not in trouble, Vic. I don't know why I was reading.
Yeah,
I was reading off
hold
the.
on.
I was reading
Hold
off the
on.
Zoom, and it's just like, Victoria, what have you done? Vic
No.
and Sean for their story today. Big thank you to all of our guys in chat for once again making chat absolutely buzzing with ideas and roleplay. So thank you for that. Are we going to raid? I will check to see if we can raid. What have we got?
Well, check after we've buggered off.
Yeah, so we will probably raid a little bit later, so stay on for that. But until then, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Good night.
Good idea.
Good night.
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye.